Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
A popular WWE name has responded to a fan's claim that she has a crush on Roman Reigns. WWE backstage interviewer Jackie Redmond gave a hilarious reply to the claim. Jackie Redmond has been working for WWE for quite some time now. She has built a large fan base on social media during her work as an interviewer for the Stamford-based promotion. A fan recently asked the 38-year-old to explain her crush on Reigns. The fan shared a screenshot of an old Instagram post by Redmond, in which she can be seen giving a peck on a TV screen with Roman visible on it. She responded to the screen grab with a one-word message and emojis. Paul Heyman on betraying Roman Reigns. At WrestleMania 41 Night 1, Paul Heyman turned on the OTC as well as CM Punk. He then joined forces with Seth Rollins and helped him win the triple threat match that closed out Night 1. Heyman later said the following on the Pat McAfee show. "My Savior did not resurrect himself on Easter Sunday. He couldn't because he was put down on Saturday and there was no resurrection, benediction, or absolution in the life of the tribal chief Roman Reigns. There couldn't be. Let's be clear about this, I didn't betray Reigns. Did I put my hands on Reigns and shove him down to the canvas in front of millions of people? I didn't touch Roman Reigns. What did I do? I got shoved to the canvas. I got emasculated in front of the WWE Universe by my tribal chief. I pleaded with him. My best friend did a favor. Saved Reigns' family. H/D Fightful." The WWE Universe has been anxiously waiting to see Reigns make a big return and exact revenge on Heyman and Rollins. Judging by Redmond's post, she's also waiting for the OTC's return. When the lights go down backstage at a WWE arena, the echoes of roaring fans still rattle through the concrete walls. For many superstars, it's the only time they have a moment to breathe, before the next rumor, the next storyline, the next Twitter storm. Kayla Rivera knew this well. The 30-year-old breakout star had spent the past year climbing her way up WWE's women's division with grit and an undeniable charm that made her an instant fan favorite. Her signature move, the Rising Moon, had already secured her wins over established names. But tonight, the real battle was happening far from the ring, online. It all started with an innocent clip. Last week on SmackDown, Kayla had stood backstage for an impromptu interview segment. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief himself, had passed behind her with that aura that made every arena hush. Kayla had glanced back, smiled, and given him a playful nod. That 2-second moment ignited something she hadn't anticipated. Within hours, Twitter was ablaze. #KaylaHeartsRoman trended alongside screenshots of her smile. Fan accounts dissected the clip in slow motion, pointing out how her eyes sparkled, how her lips curved just so. By the time she made it back to her hotel room, Kayla's phone buzzed with notifications like a slot machine on overdrive. At first, she laughed it off. Who wouldn't smile when Roman Reigns walked by? He was the face of the company, a dominant champion, and let's be honest, a walking monument of charisma. But as the days passed, the chatter grew sharper, weirder. Some fans turned sweet speculation into snarky accusations. She wants to be Mrs. Tribal Chief. Thirsty mid-career alert. She's trying to latch onto Roman's fame. Typical. Kayla hated that word, typical. Nothing about her career was typical. She had fought for every booking, every promo, every second on TV. She wasn't about to let a goofy internet rumor overshadow that. So, on a humid Friday afternoon before Raw, Kayla decided to address it. She asked for the tiny, quiet conference room behind gorilla position. Just her phone, and her thoughts. She propped her iPhone up on a stack of production scripts and hit record. The video went up within minutes. No fancy edits. No dramatic music. Just Kayla, hair in a messy bun, a faded Women's Revolution hoodie on, looking right into the lens. "Hey, WWE Universe," she began, her voice steady but her brown eyes flickering with the nerves that only come with saying something real. "I've been seeing the tweets, the clips, the memes. So I figured, why not just talk to you myself?" She took a breath, the hum of production trucks rumbling in the background. First off, Roman Reigns is. Well, he's Roman Reigns. He's incredible. He's someone we all respect, locker room leader, champion, inspiration. I smiled at him because he's my co-worker, my peer, and yeah, he walked by right as I was trying to keep it together during an interview. You try not smiling when the head of the table strolls by. She let out a small laugh, shaking her head. Do I have a crush on Roman Reigns? No. I have a crush on main events. I have a crush on WrestleMania moments. I have a crush on putting my name on that women's championship. And if Roman and I ever share the same ring, it'll be because I've earned it, not because I giggled backstage like I'm 13. Kayla leaned closer, eyes narrowing just slightly, her confidence returning. I know it's fun to ship people. I get it. It's wrestling, fantasy's part of the deal. But let's get one thing straight, I didn't fight my way here to be the punchline of a Kayla loves Roman meme. I'm here to win titles, to headline pay-per-views, and to be the name on your signs in the front row. She flashed her trademark smirk, the one that had won over fans long before the rumors. So keep your hashtags. But while you're at it, start one that says #Kayla deserves gold. Because that's the story I'm writing. And trust me, it's way better than some crush rumor. She ended the clip with a wink, playful, but unmistakably defiant. The video racked up 500,000 views in an hour. Fans flooded her feed with new hashtags, #Kayla deserves gold, #Rising Moon Champion, #Respect Kayla. Even Roman Reigns himself retweeted her video, adding only 3 words, handle your business. Backstage that night, Kayla passed Roman in the hallway. He leaned against a production crate, arms folded, the Universal Championship glinting under the fluorescents. You handled that well, he said, his deep voice rumbling like distant thunder. Kayla shrugged. I meant what I said. Didn't want the locker room thinking I'm chasing clout. Roman chuckled, that rare smile cracking his stoic mask. You don't need to chase anything. Keep doing what you're doing. Kayla nodded, feeling that same spark she felt in the ring, no rumors, no crush, just respect between two people who knew exactly how heavy this business could get. That night, she went out to the ring and delivered the match of her life, fast, brutal, electric. She pinned her opponent with the rising moon, climbing the ropes to soak in the roar of fans chanting Kayla. Kayla. Backstage, she caught her reflection in a monitor. Not Roman's rumored crush. Not someone's backstage gossip. Just Kayla Rivera, future women's champion, undeniable, unstoppable. And somewhere deep inside, she knew this was just the beginning. Rumors would come and go, whispers would swirl, but the truth always showed up between the ropes. She didn't need a headline romance when she was writing her own legacy, one rising moon at a time. Roman Reigns might not return at WWE SummerSlam 2025 after real-life incident. Analyzing the situation. Roman Reigns has been absent from WWE since he was attacked by Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker on Raw after WrestleMania 41. The OTC was rumored to return soon and compete at SummerSlam 2025. However, due to a recent incident, his comeback might be cancelled. The WWE Saturday Night's Main Event 40 saw an unfortunate event where Seth Rollins sustained a knee injury after he landed awkwardly while attempting a springboard moonsault. Later, reports confirmed that the Visionary's injury was real. The undisputed tribal chief was rumored to face Seth Rollins at the biggest party of the summer, as Mr. Money in the Bank, alongside his heel faction, took the former undisputed WWE champion out and sent him on a prolonged hiatus. However, Rollins' knee injury could jeopardize the OTC's return plans. In a shocking twist, Roman Reigns' return might get cancelled after Rollins' real-life injury, as he doesn't have anyone to compete against other than Seth Rollins that would make sense. That said, the angle proposed above is speculative, and nothing has been confirmed. WWE Hall of Famer pitches a new Wiseman for Roman Reigns. Speaking on his Rikishi Fatu Off the Top podcast, the Samoan stinker, Rikishi, shared his idea of potentially being the new Wiseman to the undisputed tribal chief Roman Reigns and his new OG bloodline, with the Usos and Jacob Fatu against Seth Rollins and his heel faction. Paul Heyman backstabbed both Roman Reigns and CM Punk and joined forces with Seth Rollins, becoming his oracle. To counter Heyman's betrayal, Rikishi pitched being Reigns' new Wiseman. Well, to be honest, I think when it comes to those guys, you need the players. Definitely, Roman Reigns has to be in that conversation. Would it make sense to come back and have Roman with Big Jim, with Jacob and Jay? You follow me? Maybe there's a new Wiseman there with the OG bloodline. There's something people, they've been waiting, they've been asking, and, you know what I mean, for me, I was like, to give the fans what they want, he said. It will be interesting to see when Roman Reigns returns to the World Wrestling Entertainment and who he faces, if Seth Rollins is out of action. 1. The injury angle, how Seth Rollins' knee injury might disrupt Reigns' return. 2. Reigns' absence, between strategic hiatus and Hollywood commitments. 3. Creative reset, OTC 1, bloodline changes and power plays. 4. Scenario breakdown, return, delay, or alternative booking. Scenario, likelihood, creative implications, warning emoji, possible, black check mark emoji, likely, cross mark emoji, speculative, plausible. 5. Potential narrative arcs and fan engagement. 6. Has WWE confirmed anything? 7. Fan reactions from the Reddit sphere. 8. Creative challenge in WWE's booking strategy. Final thoughts, should he show up, or stay away? Roman Reigns might well not return at SummerSlam 2025, given. That said, WWE could still deliver a high-impact SummerSlam tease, a video cameo, a call-out, or even a cinematic package referencing his film work and new OTC1 identity. That approach satisfies both anticipation and reality, while reserving his full in-ring return for later. If you're a fan, expect WWE's to deliver suspense around Roman rather than an actual match at SummerSlam. The payoff may happen in the weeks following, once opponent options are available and storyline paths clearer. Dr. What to expect? Rollins' real-life injury likely knocks out Reigns vs. Rollins at SummerSlam. Roman's return may be teased or hinted at during the event, but not executed. Expect full return later in the summer, for example, Money in the Bank arc. Storyline reset, OTC1 branding, new Wiseman, OG Bloodline reformed. WWE will likely build anticipation post-SummerSlam with long-term storytelling. Let me know if you'd like an in-universe fantasy booking of what this OTC1 return angle could look like, or projected match cards in case of Rollins' return later in the year.